Welcome to a new edition of the Famous Interviews with Joe Dimino. On this episode, we talk with South Kansas City-based artist and muralist Alecks Cruz about a new project he's completing on Main Street in downtown Grandview, Missouri. It's a mural next to City Hall that pops out with color, symbolism, and a lot of talent. We get into this project, the impact of it, and a little bit more. Enjoy this interview.
Yeah, my name is Alecks Cruz. I'm an artist, born and raised in Chicago, moved to Kansas City 3 years ago in 2019. Just been loving the city, connecting with other creative people. It's a little bit about me.
So it's easy to see here as you drive by, but there's a beautiful mural that's getting put on the side of a wall off Main Street. We're in the heat of the summer. It just looks really, really nice, and I felt impelled to stop and talk and find out about this. So talk to me a little bit about how this project, the beginning of this project, happened.
Sure, yeah. So I had seen a call for artists a little bit like later of last year, probably like in November or December. Grandview was doing a contest or a call for artists to submit work that could potentially become a mural. So they were handing out canvases to artists in the community. You submitted the canvas, eventually took those canvases and they put it in a tent on Harry's Heyday here on Main Street in Grandview. And they had the community come out and cast, anonymous votes for each of the canvases. And so I got a phone call or email shortly after that saying, hey, your canvas was selected to paint this mural. And so that's how this came to be.
So the beauty of this mural here is immediately you got the caboose, you got the street tacos, you got the coffee, you got all these things. Yeah. You got what is it about this? Talk about each of these pieces that comes together for Grandview.
Sure. Yeah. So when I saw that they were doing this contest, I really wanted it. I wanted to bring it to a place where a lot of the people in the neighborhood were going to see some history, in Grandview with this mural, but also some of the more modern elements or things that are more just kind of like relevant to now. And so I think one of the quotes or things that Grandview has said is just kind of like a city of the future, or something that like I just wanted to embrace the historical elements, but also looking into like the present and even potentially the future of what Grandview could look like. And so there are some historical elements like the Truman House that's up on the top corner, and the caboose that's also like one of the big staples here. That caboose is actually just like a couple blocks away here. Yeah. And so like some of these historical elements essentially is what brought Grandview to become like a city, essentially, right? And so the jet that you see on the top right corner is just paying homage to the air base that was not too far from here. And so actually that air base, when I started looking up the history of Grandview, the air base brought in a lot of families from the military. And that's what kind of helped start up this whole city of Grandview. And so I just thought that was pretty fascinating. So I said, man, I definitely got to put, one of those like fighter jets into this mural. But obviously, Harry Truman was one of those historical figures that also lived here in this city. So I really loved all those things. But I feel like more now, as you're looking at this city, there's a lot of new restaurants that are popping up. And so like, there's Housewife Cafe that's down the street that I really like going to every now and then for some good coffee and some good breakfast. And also like the tacos, if you notice, there's El Alteño and also the corner Mexican restaurant that's like popping up here. So I really wanted to put in all those elements. And then of course, I wanted to put my character, that's that blue character with the eyes, that's very prominent in a lot of my work. But I kind of like paying homage to Holt's Donuts, that's also here on Main Street, and just kind of did that like donut right next to that coffee. So really all of those elements, some historical things from the past, some of the present things, and my hope is that, this huge word that spells out Grandview just really attracts people for many years to come, where they can take a cool photo op, and so yeah, that's a little bit about the inspiration behind the mural.
But I got to tell you, man, this is beautiful. You're close. How do you feel? You're like right on the doorstep of being done.
Yeah. I feel really good. I made a lot of progress. I just super like happy how everything's been coming along. I cannot say enough about the staff here at Grandview, at the city of Grandview. They've been extremely supportive. anything that I needed, I said, man, I need some. I might need a lift, to kind of get this project moving along, and they didn't hesitate to come through and help me with everything that I needed, and I'm really happy with how much progress I made. So got a lot of positive feedback from the community. A lot of people stopping by saying they absolutely love it. They can't wait to see it finished. I can't express how happy I am with it. Just hearing the community embracing it and loving on it, and the support that I've gotten from the city of Grandview. It's really empowering. I'm really happy.
So along with this, you're a man of your own as an artist. Where can people get your work, see it, shows, anything about your life?
Yeah, so you guys can find me on my website, aleckscruz.com. That's ALECKSCRUZ.com. I'm also on Instagram. You spell it the same way, ALECKSCRUZ. That's my Instagram handle. And I post pretty frequently. I'm on anything from mural projects to graphic design. I'm doing art shows and constantly just trying to stay, in the art scene and pretty involved. So yeah, you could always reach out to me in any of those outlets, and happy to connect.
Beautiful. This is wonderful. Thank you for taking time out today to talk about it, man.
Of course. Thanks, Joe.
Thanks for tuning in to another famous interview with Joe Dimino, where we cover the world of art, literature, business, spirituality, music, and more from around the globe. If you want to hear more interviews, visit the Famous Interviews with Joe Dimino channel on YouTube. You can find us on Spotify and Apple Podcasts. Thanks again for listening, and until next time.